Good morning and welcome back. So, I think I mentioned last week I'd seen a few fish flashing and flicking off the sides looking out on the upstairs window up there. So I am going to scrape a couple of fish. They know something's going on. I flip the other cover back. Look, I'm flying over and I flip the first lid, and then when I slid the top one back, they flew off. They just know something's kicking off. So, no, the fish that I'd seen flicking the most was the second biggest chag, Francis. So, if I can, I think I'm going to get her, see if I can get a scrape off of her. I've got a new to me bowl, got it off a friend that closed down that had it hidden in the back of his garage, which was Mark. Not that he watches any videos. So, yeah, which is, well, you know, the one with this slight tubery kind of markings on it on the edge of its fin. So I'm going to try and get that fish. That was the one doing the most flashing and flicking, but because I've got this one here, but it's obviously a bit difficult with the covers on, so whoever I can get, I'll have a go at first. Well, I'm going to probably do 3 anyway, if I can get them. Depends how frustrated I get. Because the cover's on, it makes it a bit difficult getting them out. So if I get a bit frustrated, I'll give it a miss, rather than smashing a net around trying to get a fish and being even more frustrated and then just annoying the fish and stressing them out, as well as getting stressed myself. Anyway, I'm going to, in fact, talking of covers, I'm going to leave them on. Because of obviously all the work we've got going on. So let me dig in. I'm going to leave them on while I'm still working over there. Obviously, as soon as the actual real work starts, I can take the covers off, because the fish won't be in there anyway. They'll be up on the back of the garage. Anyway, task at hand, a few scrapes. Got my scope set up. So, get my net and I'll see who we can get out. I'll pick you up in a minute when I get a fish out. Speak to you in a bit. So not the intended first fish, but I wanted to get this out a while back, so have a quick double check over of it. But I'll get a scrape of this one and have a quick double check of it. It's looking like it's going to jump out. And then we'll see what we can see on the scrape. From the top, the fish looks good, so we'll have a quick look underneath it as well. That's looking alright. Looking like it's going to want to jump out, that's for sure. You know, I'm going to put this down then, we'll get a scrape and then I'll report back. Soaked. Fish was an animal. Well, it is an animal. Clean as a whistle underneath. Not happy at all about being in a bowl, but I got me a bit of slime. So we're going to have a. We'll go and see what we can see. Glad I got it out. So it's not that I've needed to be able to get it out, but I wanted to just have a double check. So I had obviously been a couple of issues. Might be worth seeing if I can get that shower again, just to have a look. I had a couple of little sores underneath it. Anyway, let's crack on with this. I don't even want to know what them two are doing. Freaks filming themselves, what they're doing. Anyway, so scrape, clean as a whistle, not one, couldn't see anything on it, so that's good. The fish was lovely and clean underneath, everything else looked fine, so that's good. 2 for the price of 1 on this net going. So there's a little bit of excess mucus on the top of this one, but this had a couple of marks under it. And it's got a little bit of mouth rot. Is that? Oh, a little bit red there, look. The rest of the red marks have gone. Definitely something going on here. Clean as a whistle. Very odd. I think I'll get a scrape. This was the one last time that was covered in trick. So I think I'll, well I've got them both here. There's definitely a bit of excess mucus on the head of this fish. Probably, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. But this has got a little bit of a sore mouth, so that's also not fabulous, is it? So I'll get my box of medical stuff and I'll put a couple of dabs of Tamidine on that, get a scrape of this one. Oh, the joys! Put this on there for a second. Put that there for a minute and then go and get me a box of goodies. I'll be right back. So I've got just a bit of that on the show and that's back in the pond. Got my scrape slime. And clean underneath the fish as we just saw, no other marks on it. So it does make me wonder whether there's something wrong within the system somewhere. But what it is, I don't know. Interesting. What will be interesting is obviously everything being ripped out and basically going to be starting again with fresh water and everything else. A lot less pipe runs. I don't know. Very odd. Very odd. Anyway, well, I'm going to get this back and go and check that scrape. I'll report back in a bit. Nothing on that scrape. Weird. Still want to have a quick look at Frances. If I can get her. She knows. She's got a bit of a bump on her head actually. I don't know what that's from. It's probably from flashing. Yeah, so I don't know. It just seems a bit odd for that fish. The other little marks that it had disappeared. That little shallow. And then it's got a little bit of mouth rot. Very odd. So I'll get Frances if I can get her. And then I'm going to call it a day for having a net in the pond. But I'm just thinking the scrape's probably going to come back clear, so there's not a lot really I can do. As I say, it'll be interesting that when I do the rebuild and I'm starting with fresh water and not fresh media, it'll still be the same media, and I'll obviously keep that going in the temporary setup. It's very odd. Don't know, especially because the salt's still in. In fact, I'm going to check the salt percentage. That's definitely a couple of raised scales on that part, there on the side. Definitely. But again, if they've been flashing and it's knocked itself on something, that'll be the reason, won't it? Very odd. Right, let's have a go at getting Frances out. I can't even remember last time I had that fish out, maybe for a measure up early part of last year at some point. I'll have a go. No guarantees. down there. Right. Anyway, right, put this down, get my net going. Oh, that was easy. Pretty much swam straight over to the net. The top of her looks alright. I'm going to spin her over to have a look underneath and get her swept and get her back. She's a bit big for the bowl, really. Yeah, she's banged her head. Look, shags tend to do that when they get a knock, it goes black. Anyway, right, let's put this down and get this sorted. So Frances, completely clean and clear underneath her. No other visible marks other than the little knock on her head. But we've got flukes. There's not millions, 3 on that one slide from Frances, but nothing on the other 2 fish that I scraped. I might see if I can net one more fish just to confirm that it is only flukes I'm dealing with. Do I treat with just 3 on a scrape? I think I'm going to. There's been visible signs of fish flashing, and I'm probably going to do, well, not probably, I'm going to do a CT dose before I do the fluke treatment, just to help with the bacteria, obviously, like that fish with the sore mouth, and help thin the mucus coat on the fish. Given I think I've got Learnex Pro and I think I can use that with CT. I'll double check, but that's probably what I'm going to do. I need to try and keep the fish clear before they're out into a pool, but I mean, it's going to be the point of, it doesn't really matter what the problem is, if there is any with fish, they've got to come out so we can get the work done anyway, so not the end of the world. It's only flukes. Quite lucky last year, I think I only had flukes once, and 1 dose of the Learnex got rid of them all, so hopefully we can get that done again this time. So see if I can get one more fish out, and if I do, obviously you'll see whatever lucky dip fish it is this time, and then we'll take it from there. Right, time to get sorted. The fish known as chubs, looking like an absolute beast. I've just flicked her over, completely clean underside, other than a little blemish on her front pec there, looking good. Got my thing, going to give her a quick scrape and then get her back. Chub scrape completely clear, so just flukes on that one fish. Bear in mind you're only scraping a small percentage of the fish anyway, so I'm still going to treat. The only chloramine tea I've got is this. I don't even know how long I've had it. I'm just going to buy another packet, 12 quid, something like that. And then I've got a brand new, still in date, luckily I checked, goes out of date something like 2022, so it's October 2022. So at some point I think I bought 2. When it was a little bit hard to get hold of, so I bought 1 to use and then 1 just to keep, because it had a ridiculously long life on it. So that's good. So I'm going to put a little order together for a few bits later on, and hopefully that'll be a Tuesday. Then I can CT the pond and then I'll Learnex Pro it, and then just leave it really. Yes, we are. Afternoon. Chloramine tea. What the hell are they doing? It's funny, there's lots of blossom blown in the pond. I've had the covers flipped back for a bit. They're going nuts, thinking it's food. Well, in fact, there is a little bit of food there. Crazy. I'm going to turn my UV off, get the CT in today. There's a couple of ray scales now. I think it's knocked itself from maybe flashing on the Kahaku. Crazy. Yeah, just there on the side. joys. Anyway, so I'm going to get my UV off, which is, it's that one. No, it's not that one, it's that one. That's bottom drain there. Just give it a little mixer. We've got another bucket to pour it in to mix it. I can't wait till all this is gone. God. It's just like never ending. And I'll show you the tree stump situation in a minute actually. Which is not going massively well over there. Pour a bit in my run away. Swam away, they haven't got legs, they haven't got run, have they? Right, I'll put a bit more in a bit. In fact, I'm super excited. Going to get my hair cut in about an hour. Thank the Lord, look at the state of it. Anyway, hat back on. So I've managed to unearth a bit of it. It's got these ridiculously long spider-like rooty bits. Because it's been under the earth for God knows how many years, it's actually coming apart with the pickaxe, which has disappeared, which is here. It's coming apart not too bad, so I'm trying to just sort of chip round the outside, and then hopefully I can just trace where the roots go, pull them up, cut it, and then pull them up from this end, and then the main body of it, it's quite soft and rotten. Hopefully it will just come out relatively easy. I know it's not going to be easy, but hey, could be worse. So yeah, trying to get that out, and then the next plan is to try and get that lot out. And funny enough, you know I said the skip was going, so it was meant to be a 7-day hire, and I absolutely killed myself last week getting it all done before Thursday. So I had a mega busy Wednesday on it, out here till 8-9 o'clock, whatever it was. Bloody skip's still here. They've not picked it up yet. They keep saying every time I ring them, I'm like, you coming to get the skip? It's like, yeah, it's on the round to do today. This was last Friday. Rung them again. Yesterday was Monday. Yeah, it's on to do collect. Still there. And then rung them again earlier, and apparently it's out to be collected today. But we'll see. Needn't have killed myself getting it all done on that big dig Wednesday, as we now call it. Anyway, no problems. It's just a pain that I can't park my van on the drive. Anyway, so what the plan with all of this stuff is I'm just going to pile that lot up over there for now, and then make a call about, you know, if I get another skip, I've got it actually dug out, so I can literally just shovel and pile it in the skip rather than having to dig it out and then put it in the skip, if you know what I mean. Because I've got all this to level as well. Needs to be quite a bit shallower, but yeah, so that get the ground level over the next sort of 3-4 weeks, and probably get rid of that bit there, raised bit, so we're not far off. It's like that final kind of push thing, isn't it? Anyway, right, I'm gonna go inside, getting all excited for my haircut. Yeah, boys. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to put a bit more of that in about 15-20 minutes, then get my hair cut, and then I'm out racing tonight. So I'll probably pick you up tomorrow. We'll have a look at the fish. Anyway, catch you later.